Hello and welcome back. We are. Um, where are we? We're in the Netherlands. We're doing the Dutch Grand Prix. It's a feature race. That's at Zandvoort. Get a load of that. Oh, that track. It's a bit boring. Um, where's my phone a bit low? Oh, that's fine. So we start in first. I need us to start on softs. We're starting on hards. What's going on there? Fuck. Please tell me they're new hards at least. Okay, well, it's going to be interesting to see what we do, how it goes. I can't see. Okay, so whoever's in second place, which I think is Liam Lawson, that looks, I don't know if you can just see it, just beneath that bloke's nutsack on what is his left thigh. You can see a white rim on the tyre, which looks an awful lot like the white rim on our Pirelli tyres there. So it means that he's on the hards as well. So I think he's on the hards. He is. Good. Now we just need to stay in front of him. Stay in front of all of them for as long as is possible. Stay on the racing line for as much as possible. One stop, onto hopefully new reds. New softs, sorry. There will be new softs. Fantastic. 20 odd laps. We can do that. We can do this. I have absolute faith in us. Absolute faith in me. We can win this race. We're already a second and a half ahead of everyone else. Nearly 2 seconds ahead of everyone else, look. And Lawson's already lost second place. So we're outside of the DRS zone. This is a Verstappen lap. I mean, sector 1 we were already a second and a half ahead. And we hadn't gone off the track at all. It's all good. It's all good. You'll notice we don't have a penalty to serve. I think crashing out meant that we didn't have to deal with that. Well, that's good. That's good. Because that was 8 seconds, and I ain't going to end up 8 seconds ahead of him. So this is good. This is going well so far. 40 laps to go. We'll call it 39.5 at this point. Oh, a bit tight on that one. It's all good. We're about to set fastest lap, because of course we're about to set fastest lap. And then we'll set fastest lap again in a minute. Well, a minute 20. Minute 30. Sector 1 will be better this time. Or it should be better this time. If it isn't, then we fucked up big time here. This is going well. 39 more. And where are we laughing? 40 lots of a minute and a half is an hour. That's not bad, is it? An hour of racing, give or take. And I will demonstrate just why I should be winning the championship. So long as I can stay on track. Ooh. It's funny that I said it there, isn't it? Really, when you think about it. Of all the places I could have said it, it would be the one point when we're ever so slightly got trouble. We won't necessarily get fastest second sector here, because first sector, sorry, second sector on the first lap would have been normal, like competitive pacing, and the same for the third sector on the first lap. So it's only really that first one where we can make the time up, and of course that chicane falls under a third sector, so we'll have lost a bit of time in the third compared to the first. It's just a matter of whether it's enough time that we still don't get a fastest lap, but we should get fastest lap still. Yeah, there we go.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Okay, Williams just got a faster lap, but that's to be expected. We lost a bit of time in sector 3 and sector 2, to be fair, with a wobble. Yeah, that's fine. 38 more laps. We got this. We got this. We have got this, and it's going to go well. Fastest sector 1 again. You know, our sector 1 much faster than anyone else's, the way things are going. The fact that we're gaining ground, or gaining distance between us and second, is helpful. it's just a matter of maintaining that as best we can, expanding it if need be, so we've got a bit of a buffer in the event of an accident, which, let's be honest, is incredibly likely. So what do you lot make of the liveries that we've seen this year? I think for the most part they look a bit pants, don't they? I'm quite pleased Ferrari's mostly red still. I'm not at all surprised that Red Bull haven't really changed theirs, because let's be honest, there's not much call for them to mess about with the paint, is there? They've got the fastest car anyway. There we go, fastest sector 1, 2 and 3. That's going to take some beating. I don't know, that could be the theoretical fastest lap that we'll get this race, but when you consider that later on we'll be moving on to softs, you would hope, oh, new softs as well, by the way, you would hope that we'll end up getting sort of like a qualifying pace sort of time, which was a 125 something, I think. Was it 124 something? Either way, we should be... Oh, look, fucking hell, we've managed to get a faster Sector 1 as well. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how we're managing it. I say we. I don't know how I'm managing it. But I am. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Up to 3 seconds ahead now. That's plenty of time for me to recover from an incident. As long as that incident isn't me slamming into a wall. Or another driver. It's a bit slow on Sector 2 there, but the fact that it's a bit slow doesn't necessarily mean a massive amount, because all it means is that it's slower than my... I don't know what it really means. I'm not concerned about it. We're still faster than everyone else, and to be honest, I could do with making sure that my tyres aren't going to fall apart. So we don't need to worry too much right now. So your tyres are looking surprisingly good. Be about 50% warm by the time we get onto them, maybe 70, depending on... Tell you what, maybe that's my problem, is that from the last race, is that I was driving on tyres that were a bit too worn. Again, they're hard tyres. They're meant to be able to do some seriously competitive lap times. And if... Oh, fucking hell, still fastest Sector 1 again. How am I managing a fastest Sector 1 every bloody time we go around it? You know, we've... at some point we're going to pit stop and put the new tyres on. New tyres will be thingy. I don't know what lap we're going to actually ask me to do it though, because realistically we don't want it to be before lap 25, I would say, because otherwise we're going to be dealing with oh, this could be a new fastest lap. We don't want it to be before lap 25, because if it's before lap 25 then we're not going to have enough pace, no sorry, not pace, we're not going to have enough tyre on the soft tyres to get us to the end and still maintain any meaningful lead. So, you know, ideally it'd be lap 25, absolute earliest. Fucking hell, fastest lap.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Nearly 5 seconds ahead now. I don't know how far ahead we are with like last place. We would lose the position, so we would be last place if we had a pit stop, it's telling me. If we did it now, we'd be in last place. So I'm not like 25 seconds ahead, 30 seconds ahead. But I am far enough ahead that, you know, this is an impressive and reasonable lead. Although Lawson is catching up. He's making a lot of ground on me, because he's overtaken Williams, who was 4.5 seconds, and now he's only 3.5 seconds ahead, behind. So this is what I mean about him being the designated winner, because he's on the same tyres as me, and he's managed to gain 1.5 seconds on me this lap, which means he's about to get fastest lap, I should think, because there's no way in hell that my fastest lap is 1.5 seconds faster than their fastest laps. I don't see any of that happening at all. And I know I've got 3 red laps, but the thing is, 2 red sectors. But the thing is, I've got the time, but I can justify it. I've got the lead. I can afford to have a slower lap or two. But if he manages to get a fastest lap on hard tyres now, of all times, when he was in second place before, he started on second place, then there's something wrong. He should have had a fastest lap earlier if he was going to get one. Okay, good. He's not managed it. I can foresee him the rubber banding effect that you get, and it shouldn't happen. And games will tell you that it doesn't happen. But realistically, they want Lawson to win. He's the one who's meant to be winning at the moment, and you can tell that by the fact that he's the competitor. He's my real competitor. You know, he's the one that's proving problematic for me this season. I just realised I might not be recording. Please tell me I'm recording. I'm recording. Good. That'd be awkward, wouldn't it? I'd have to start this race again, and he'd be like, "Oh no, he cheated," and I'd be like, "Oh no, I didn't cheat." But also, I wouldn't really want to give up this lead. I'd have to pause it, probably start recording, and be like, "Look, this happened." Thank God for that. That pit stop can't come soon enough. I'm thirsty now, and it isn't really long enough straight for me to take a swig of my drink until I'm doing the pit stop. So he's making up so much ground. So much ground. Something's not right here.
The car behind is Lawson. Okay, push. Gap to the car behind. 2.8 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap was a 1:27.4.
This, of course, is Max Verstappen's home race. So, being a Dutchman or a Netherlander, is that what they call them, Netherlanders? Don't really know. All I know is that I'm at that sort of immaturity level where the word "never" makes me think of naughty bits. So, you know, or Minecraft, because I'm that sort of age as well. I'm immature and old enough to understand Minecraft. So, you know. I am quite good at Minecraft, but not speedrun good. Which, you know, would be something that I would never ever want to do. I don't want to... The thing about speedrunning, I suppose technically a racing game is a speedrun, right? But ignoring that, because the whole point is that you're going through as fast as you can to beat other people in the same situation as you. Outside of this particular racing game, so I don't do a lot of racing games, I don't do speedrunning, and the reason I don't do speedrunning is A, because I'm not good enough, and B, because it sucks some of the fun and some of the magic out of a game. You know, if you understand the science behind it, something, it takes away some of the magic, some of the mystery, some of the wonder. And the thing about video games is that I'm a big fan of video games. I am very fond of them. They are, I don't want to say my life, because there's more to me than that. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, that was bad. Fuck's sake! There's more to my life in video games, right? But they are a big part of my life. Oh, I can't believe that. Now I've got to catch up with the bastard. What is, okay, 2 seconds. I lost like 4 seconds from that. Okay, I need to catch him in sector 1 and hope sector 2 and 3 are at least faster than him. That's depressing. Maybe I'll catch him on the pit stops, because if he's got traffic and I have a different type of traffic, we might be able to regain that 2.5 seconds. I'm annoyed now. I'm really annoyed by that. Oh, please I didn't crash out though. That would have been bad. I couldn't be doing with 3 crash outs this season. like 3 proper race crashes out. So I mean, the sprint races don't matter all that much. They're good points, well, they're helpful points, but they're not for be all and end all, are they? We've already established that I'm at least going to be second place. I don't think I can realistically gain first place now, unless he keeps crashing out for races, and that ain't going to happen. So, you know, I'm guaranteed second at this stage, I think. And that's good enough for me. It's on a difficulty that is beyond what I thought I would be competitive at, and actually, other than those 2 races I crashed out of, Monaco and Baku, you know, I've done reasonably well. Fastest sector 3, as fucking if. As fucking if I got fastest sector 3 after that. I'm gaining on him a little bit. Not a lot, mind, but enough that maybe, just maybe, I'll get DRS. Not this lap. Fastest sector 1 again. What is it with me in sector 1? Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, fuck. Oh, it wasn't a corner cut in. Not really. It was a overshot it and tried to recover without crashing into him. Bloody game. Penalising me for that. To be fair, I might have a faster lap on this than I... No, I'm not. That's a shame. This could have been a fastest lap if it wasn't for that. I mean, doubtful, but possible, right? I suppose green means I'm still ahead. Doesn't it? Okay. We're back on gaining ground on him. I probably have the theoretical fastest lap. I don't think I've had a fastest lap where I've not had the fastest sector time on all 3 now. I think my fastest lap was a fastest sector time for all 3 of them. And the extra 2 points would be nice, because what they'll do is they will bring me... I mean, prior to this race at least, he's only gained... Oh, fuck's sake. He's only gained 1 point, and it's only really the difference here in this race that actually makes the difference. Because like I say, you got 5 points in the sprint, I got 2 in the qualifying. I've got another fastest. Jesus Christ. That explains how I've gained a half second on him, I guess. Because that's what I did. I gained a half second on him like that. So what about pushing it to the line? It's like Verstappen's Monaco qualifying last year. He was down on Alonso by like 0.2 of a second going into sector 3, and he managed to gain a half second, I think it was, in the 3rd sector. And the 3rd sector is the smallest sector in Formula 1. There is nothing to gain time on, and he still managed to gain like a half second or something by racing it right to the line, right to the edge of the limits of the car, the limits of the track. He was basically skirting the signs, like the banners on the side of the track. Is how fucking close he was. A lesser driver would have stacked it into the wall. I would have stacked it into the wall in my Honda, my actual real life Honda. I can't go nowhere near that fast. But then again, my wing mirrors pointy out. But my car's not as wide. Actually, I'd quite like to do a race around Monaco in a normal car, or like a small car, but not like a racing car, but in like a Mini or something. Just gonna lean back. There we go. Okay. Get a bunch of Minis together and race around Monaco. That'd be nice. For Monte Carlo mini race. I could do that. I'd have a lot of fun. Is someone else going to be out? Someone's going to be out, aren't they? Is that Sergeant? I think it might be Sergeant, you know. This is a busy race for people getting taken out. He was he's Sergeant. Oh, you've got to be impressed with that. From the colour of the circle on the mini-map, I knew that was Sergeant. I mean, it helps that it's the same as Lawson's colour. But, you know, the point still stands.
Second place, you're in second place. Lawson's just ahead. Come on, let's push. Okay, gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Williams behind. Okay, car behind trailing us, 5.1 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Your pit window will be open in 7 laps time. 27 laps to go. Copy that.
Copy what?
Caution, caution.
There's no need for caution. There's no one off the
Be aware
track.
there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
I'd have to get to him in the yellow flags to overtake him in the yellow flags. That ain't going to happen, is it? Lawson's out. Not Lawson. Sergeant's out. So yeah, a Monte Carlo mini race. The Monte Carlo mini marathon. I don't know how long each track is, each lap is, but you do 26 miles of it. Or 26 laps, I suppose, would be a marathon in a racing setting like this. 26 laps around Monaco in a mini, normal Formula 1 track. Obviously, you've got a bit more room to play around with. You could probably get 50 cars on there because they're smaller. Contact allowed. Make sure there's full safety gear in place. Oh, I'd pay to watch that. I mean, I'd pay to watch Formula 1, but I'd pay to watch that as well. I'd pay even more to take part in it. I don't mind having a crash if it's like a Destruction Derby style situation. Because I have had a car accident. It was not fun. Stacked it into an arm code barrier, taking a corner wrong. Putting onto a part of a parkway around a city that I live near. It was not fun. Wrote the car off. Thankfully, no one was injured beyond like a shook up, sort of injuries. But yeah, you know, it's not fun having a car accident. But at the same time, I think it might be fun to run someone off a road in a controlled setting, a fairly controlled setting. Yeah, a Monte Carlo mini marathon. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that. I think you would too. If you're here watching this, you'd definitely enjoy that. Because statistically speaking, you're not watching this. I do not have a big audience. I'm pretty sure the only audience I've got is my mate Ben. Who, if you're watching this, Ben, hello. It's the most supportive friend I have. Because even a guy that was like, "Oh, Jordan, you should totally make videos about Formula 1." Even he hasn't been like, "Have you started making videos about Formula 1?" Because he knows, right? And it's not like, "Oh, Jordan, can I get a link?" Because he doesn't care, right? Ben, who is incredibly, he's an arsehole, but he's a very supportive arsehole. And, you know, he's like a reliable bra, I should think. As a man who's never really, no, I can't say I've never worn a bra, because I have, but we won't talk about that. Let's just say that I've never worn a bra. And Ben, if you're listening, cover your ears. No, you know what I mean, no. It's, depends on arsehole, but it's a supportive arsehole. All the other people are just arseholes. Especially you, James, if you're watching this. You're an arsehole. But, you're the only reason I'm actually doing this, I think. because I wouldn't have started doing it if you hadn't encouraged the notion of it in the first place. So everyone can blame James for the mediocre quality of these videos, the poor quality of the vocal content, and of course the fact that I'm probably going to be doing this all year. If it wasn't for that, fuck. If it wasn't for doing this, I'd probably be writing erotica right now. Shit, okay, we're not catching Norton. This is what I get for slagging people off. This is what I get for slagging people off. Stand by it, though. Absolutely stand by it. I don't say an awful lot that I don't mean. But yeah, if it wasn't for doing these, I'd probably be writing an erotica right now. So you know, or playing a shooter game. Because I'm not very good at shooting games. I do enjoy them, especially if they've got guns in them that I enjoy from other shooting games. So lately, I've been playing in my spare time, in my free time. I've been playing Hell Let Loose, which is a very I'd like to say very realistic. It is, as far as I can understand it, a fairly realistic shooting game. And includes obviously World War II weapons, because it's a World War II shooting game. And I spent a lot of my college years, of which there were 2, I spent a lot of my time during my college years playing a game called Day of Defeat. Long before, back when I should have been playing, back when I should have been doing coursework, so I could pass my maths exam, for example. I was instead playing a lot of Minecraft and a lot of Day of Defeat. And I joined a group in for the Day of Defeat stuff. The first ACD, that was a good old time of my life. Shout out to anyone who's somehow a part of that community and watching this. I should think that the overlap is me. But anyway. Yeah, I was part of the first ACD and we did this thing called realism. So what you do is you play your shooter game normally, like a normal shooter game. But if you died, you'd stay dead. And the winning team was the team that had people alive at the end. You'd have an offensive mode and a defensive mode, and I was a bit rubbish at it, but it got me interested in certain guns. In particular, the K98, which was a German service rifle, bolt action, single shot, 5 rounds in the clip. And they would have a sniper version, which had a scope on it. But yeah, the K98 was a gun I basically fell in love with because of the stopping power it demonstrated. It was a bit slow with the old bolt action method, but I preferred it to the M1 Garand, which was a German rifle. Mostly because the German rifle had a bit of a, not a German rifle, the American M1 Garand did this really annoying thing where you could fire 8 shots fairly quickly, but then it would take a while to reload, and most importantly, there's this annoying clink noise when it expels the magazine because you've run out of bullets. And so you fire 8 shots, and when it goes clink, a bit shoots out, and all of a sudden they know that you're out of ammo. Whereas with a K98, they've got to count your shots. And although it's a bit slower in the first place, being a bolt action rather than a semi-automatic rifle, it is in my opinion a better gun. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was my favourite gun in the entire game. Wasn't the one I was best with. Best with a grease gun, but I don't know an awful lot about the grease gun. It's just like a Thompson or a Tommy gun, or any of those other sorts of submachine guns. It's not fancy guns. I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be that fancy from the name of it, would you? So, bit of lag there. So anyway, playing Hell Let Loose, I quite enjoy using a K98. Of course, I've been playing a bit of Sniper Elite 5 as well, because a while back I wrote about the other 4 games, and when they came out with a 5th one, I haven't written about it. I might not, because I'm sort of stepping back from my whole opinion writing stuff at the moment. It's not been over rewarding at all. Not for a long time. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so I've been playing Sniper Elite 5 as well, and you can get a scoped K98 in that, but it's not the best gun. I've been using the Goa, which is I believe a German. No, it's based on a Russian weapon, I believe actually. Sort of semi-automatic rifle. You use it as a sniper rifle in the game, and it's helpful because you can see where your shot lands before having to reload. So you can watch your shot land, adjust accordingly, shoot again for like 8 shots, 10 shots I think it is. Which, as a sniper who misses or doesn't quite hit the quite intended target a lot of the first time I shoot in, and it's because I'm not a very good sniper, it's quite helpful. And it's important to take advantage of the tools at your disposal. Don't you think? I certainly think so. They want us to pit this lap, so we're gonna pit this lap. I don't agree with it, but we're gonna do it anyway because we are losing. But then again, do we see if he pits, and if he does, stay out another lap, so that we can get ahead of him. He'll end up in traffic. We'll end up in traffic, but it'll be different traffic and potential traffic we can move up through. He'll be slowed down by the traffic, which gives us an opportunity to put in a better... No, he's not gone. Okay. Taking a pit. Oh fuck, I was a bit late there. That wasn't great, was it? Okay. Okay, so what we want to do now is put in as good an out lap as possible. Overtake a few people if possible, because we will be the fastest person on track right now. We are the only one who pitted by the looks of it, which amazes me, but that's the way it works. When it all settles down, we should be back in second at the very least. And, more importantly, we're going to have some DRS here. Yep, DRS on this bit. Fastest sector 2, which is fine because we were never going to get fastest sector 1.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Thank you, Mark. I saw someone suggesting that Mark had been smoking something on their playthrough because he kept suggesting they changed tyres and I don't know, it's just weird. He was making weird judgment calls. Fastest sector 3, so having the soft tyres is definitely making an impact. Oh my god, we might be able to get an overtake on that corner. Oh, this is the time. If there was ever a time it was going to happen, it would be now. No, too tight. I forget about how short that run up to that corner is. Caldwell, I want to get in front of you. Oh, that's who the other Cal would have been, Caldwell. I thought it was Calderon, but it's not. It would have been Caldwell. I want to pace myself because I don't want to slam into the back of him, which is not helping me at all. It's not. Oh, fuck. What happened? What happened? I can't...
Okay, gap to the car behind. Car behind. 1.7 seconds.
There was a yellow flag. I wanted to overtake him, but I couldn't fucking overtake him because of a yellow flag. And I don't know why there's a yellow flag, because no one went off. There was no need for it. A tiny bit of my car flew off, but that's not enough to justify a yellow flag. Not by a long stretch. People still haven't pitted, but we are gaining time, obviously, by overtaking people.
And you've got P15, P15. That's Novalak just ahead. Push hard. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Calderon's behind you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
I'll certainly try, Mark.
17 laps to go now.
I wanted to know how far I am to first.
Vesti ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Novalak is behind you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound.
Alright, I reckon we can catch up with Hughes. Nice overtake there. Okay, we got this, We're working our way up. These are all people who are going to pit stop still. Right? And knowing that they're still going to pit stop, I'm still this far ahead of them. I'm pleased he's not pit stopping now. That would have been bad if he'd slammed into the side of us.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
This is the advantage of soft over hard tyres. This is why I'm like, you're never going to set a fastest race lap on on hard tyres. It's never going to happen because someone at some point is going to go on the softs. Suppose maybe if it ends up raining and you've already set it on the hard, maybe you could do it, but it's not standard. Like, it's not a normal thing to have happen in a race. The odds of that happening is quite a niche setting, isn't it? It's fine. I'll do Han. Okay, put your fucking foot down, mate. Okay, he'll be swinging over to the left. Okay, what have we got going on here?
P9, you're running P9, keep going. That's Pourchaire just ahead. Come on, let's get him. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 3.8 seconds.
3.2 now.
Old hard tyres, and that's Doohan behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres.
It's Fittipaldi.
Is 23.0 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the
Lawson's in the pit. He's coming out of the pit. This. Oh, it's done it! He's bloody done it! There we go. We just need to stay ahead of him now. No more fucking up. 15 laps to go. I knew I'm absolutely right to trust the team on this. Oh, good old Mark. I could kiss him if he was real. Well done, mate. This is a perfect judgment call. I'm never going to doubt them again. Bloody marvellous. Literally, it was the undertake. That's what it was. I undertook him. The undercut, sorry. The undercut is strong. It is a very powerful racing technique. Fucking hell, I've gained 3 seconds on Pourchaire. How have I managed that? Oh, look at that. Fastest sector 1, fastest sector 2. No slowdown on the overtake.
Nice move. Good job.
Thank you, Mark. But of course, Lawson now has got to deal with the traffic that I've put between us. Oh. Okay, it's not going to be a fastest lap now I've done that. But still, he's got traffic to deal with. No, Pourchaire's coming in. Great. Oh, thanks for that, mate. Thank you so much. Point is, I'm ahead. I'm ahead of Lawson. I'm ahead of him by not a comfortable margin, but enough that there's a real chance, a very real chance I will win this race. Which right now is the best thing I can have happen. And I've got fastest lap. This is an extra 2 points. We're 16 seconds ahead of the next nearest competitor. All I need to do is keep my tyres functional for the next 14 laps. And we are golden. Fucking golden. He is making good time though, isn't he? He is on fresher softs, which is not ideal. But again, as we saw in France, was it France? I feel like it was France. If it was either France or Belgium, I've absolutely got a knack for, when it matters most, defending a position. I can do it incredibly well. So, let's just do that. Oh, I accidentally caught a brake ground. Ah, shit. Fuck. I can do it well, not always. It is possible for me to do well at defending a position. Of course, I am gaining on him. But he does not brake as dangerously as I do. So he might have fastest lap. So fucking what? He's going to get 7 points for that, and what he's already done. Oh, he's not even got the fastest lap anymore. Yay, Drugovic. Yay, Fittipaldi. Doohan. Jesus, everyone's doing it. I think it was going out of fashion. Alright, well, suck it, boys, because I've just got fastest sector 1, which means I'm on track for a fastest lap. And if I've got a fastest lap, you lot can't have a fastest lap, at least until you finish the lap. So, at the moment, these extra points are mine, bitches, mine. Oh, I was a bit slow getting through there, wasn't it? Of course, Lawson's got DRS, which doesn't help my fastest lap situation or my defending the position. But it's fine. Pitchy side, there we go. Ease up on a throttle, just a little instead of braking. This could be a fastest. 5. There we go. And Lawson didn't get a fastest. Hey, Saga. Fucking marvellous. Fucking marvellous. I'm feeling somewhat confident about this race. I know I flip-flop on that quite an awful lot. It's one of the two things I flip-flop most on, is how well I'm going to do in the races. And I reckon it's going to go well. As long as I can stay on the track and avoid, cutting any more corners, either deliberately or accidentally, because let's be honest, I wouldn't know the difference anymore. I'm gaining some time. Tyres are taking a bit of a pasty. Well, I'm not going to end up with a theoretical fastest. I know that much at this point. I'm not going to, because I'd have to get the fastest sector and the fastest lap for all three. Sorry, fastest 3 sectors and the fastest lap all at the same time. And at the moment, I'm managing 1, and it's carrying through to the lap. It's carrying me through the lap. Lawson's fallen behind a bit. I wonder if that means he's having engine trouble or if I just did a really good sector compared to him. Certainly won't be having tyre wear at this point, because these are newer than mine, and mine are adequate at least. My turning's not great though, Jesus. Ooh, pardon me. I am so sorry. That was so rude of me. I've had a lot of fizz today. That is Fizzy Pop, not the character from Coronation Street. I think it's Coronation Street. Fastest sector 3 again. What is it about individual sectors? I mean, I'm so good at taking them fast. I don't know what I did to make it a fastest sector. Like, if I knew, I'd do it all the time, right? I don't know where I shaved the time off. That's green, that's green. That could be good. Only 10 laps left as well. 10 laps left, we're outside of the DRS zone. We have broken DRS. I repeat, we have broken DRS. For now, at least. This could be fucking marvellous. I'm recording this on a Saturday night. I very nearly decided to leave it until Sunday morning, purely because the way that I had performed in the sprint put me off doing the race until I'd had a chance to sleep. Not that I was tired necessarily, just that it felt like it was worth taking a proper break from it. So I took a short break, had some food, watched some Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because that's my current TV show that I'm watching. Or Almost Fastest Lap. Yeah, that's what I'm currently watching. Yeah. Started season 2 tonight whilst eating my tea. My tea, which was muesli, because I had quite a large lunch. So I had like a bowl of muesli. I didn't use milk. I don't know if you're meant to use milk for muesli, but I ended up using what was it? Like a canned coffee. My local Lidl does a 4-pack of coffees that have they're milky cappuccino like coffees, caramel something or other, caramel lattes. That's it. So I poured one of them in instead of milk, and it's surprisingly nice. Shot the calorie count up, of course, and considering that's what I'm counting at the moment is something worth considering. But I didn't need a massive tea because I wasn't that hungry, but I needed to eat something because I was a little bit hungry, So yeah, watched that. Came back to this, and here we go. It was well worth it. We had the break, but at the same time, I'm pleased it wasn't a longer break. Because if it was a longer break, if it was tomorrow, I would have been tired tomorrow, and instead I'm going to be tired when I do whatever race it is tomorrow. Don't know where it is. It'll be the 13th race of the season. It's almost a pit stop. It's almost a pit stop's worth. Although to be fair, we're a fair old whack ahead of. See, that's how powerful my driving was. That we are 19 seconds ahead of third place. This is a, I was slagging this track off. It is a boring track, or at least half the track is quite boring. But, and it's important, quite good at it. It seems. Not so good at it to avoid crashing into someone in the sprint. I can't remember who it was. And honestly, probably Doohan. Honestly, I don't want to spend an awful lot of time driving it if we can avoid it. But I am fairly good at most of it. There's a few corners I struggle with, as we've established. One of them is coming up, of course. What crap is that I've got on the tyre? Is that just because I'm driving off the racing line? It's got to be. Can't be because I've done anything wrong, because I'm not on the bloody. I hadn't gone off the track. I think the fact that these are new, fresh soft tyres has helped a lot. So I think the judgment call, not a judgment call, I think the crash probably did me some favours. And I did say that was the case. I said that was probably going to be the case back just before it happened, funnily enough. But I didn't plan it. Told you already, didn't plan it. It's just happy coincidence. And thanks to that happy coincidence, I'm 2 seconds ahead of Liam Wilson, which means that I'm going to be gaining quite a few points over him this race. And actually, maybe there is an opportunity to... Maybe there is an opportunity for me to take the championship. I don't think I will. This is an opportunity for the team to gain quite a few points this race because Yuri's in like 6th or 7th. I don't know exactly where, but it's somewhere up there. Obviously, Sargent is out, so any points that we get over Lawson is pure profit.
Okay, be aware the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Are they? Oh, I suppose they probably are, aren't they? Well, that's fine because we've only got 6 laps to go.
You're leading the pack, that's P1. Lawson behind. We're leading the car behind by 2.2 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. Alright, 6 laps to go now.
It'd be good to win a race again. It's been a little while. That is, of course, assuming I do win. As Mark quite rightly said, there is 6 laps to go. A lot can happen in 6 laps, especially when you consider that I took my eyes off the road temporarily there to make sure that the sound levels were okay. So it's worth making absolutely sure that I pay attention. We lost 0.2 of a second there, not 0.4 of a second over the course of a lap, 0.6 of a second. But the trouble is, he'd have to overtake us as well. It's one thing to catch up; it's another to overtake. It's easy to catch up with someone as long as you don't keep going off the track. Or relatively easy to catch up with someone. What matters with 5 laps to go is whether you can overtake them. And I don't think that he could necessarily overtake me. There's not many actual decent overtaking spots on this track. I mean, especially not the way that I drive. Because I don't take all the conventional racing lines, do I? And yet here I am. Maybe the car setup change was what did it. Too much emphasis on the corners and in everyone else's setup. Not enough emphasis on the short straights. Because that's what they are. All the straights, apart from maybe the start finish, and then this one that's coming up now, they're all fairly short. So there's not an awful lot of time. Like this one, this is quite a short straight. But of course, a lot of the corners are fast. So top speed is actually quite relevant here. More so than cornering is on that corner. You know, the faster you can get round that corner at the high speed, the better. It's not about cornering. It's about the pace. I think the game was... or whatever. We're thinking about the corners as corners instead of straights. Which, again, most of the time, perfectly fine. I was saying during I can't remember if it was a practice. I think it was just before qualifying. I was talking through how some of the corners are a bit more. Well, there's a mix of fast and slow corners here, but because of the fast corners, I didn't say this before, but because of the fast corners, you need to focus more on pace when you do cornering. Or maybe not more, but at least don't emphasise the cornering. He says with 4 laps left. Yes, maybe it's responsible for some of my... It and my lapse of judgment are perhaps responsible for some of my going off the track. But in the grand scheme of things, it could be a whole lot worse than it was. And something's obviously gone right in the setup for us to be outperforming everyone else like this. We're 23 seconds ahead of third place.
Copy.
If we did a pit stop now, we'd still be in the points. Is how far ahead of people we are. We'd be in 8th place if we did a pit stop now. 8th place. I mean, that's, you know, that's good. That's good. Three laps to go and we'd have, you know, and fuel, we've managed to get an 1 point, we've gained fuel. Not gained fuel, we've gained, somehow I've managed fuel to a point of actually being able to floor it at this stage without worrying about running out of it. We've got a lap, 1.2 laps worth of extra fuel. We could have cut out 1.2 laps worth of fuel. Back to 9th from the pit, that's fine. You know, there's something about this track is working. My tyre management, I'm confident isn't very good, right? Experience tells me that I'm not good at managing tyres. Experience also tells me that it doesn't really matter as long as you've got the tyres in the first place. It's not ideal, obviously, to have issues with your tyres falling apart. Can't for the life of me remember where we were last race weekend, but having a tyre literally crap out on me on the last lap, or the next last lap, was the worst thing that could have happened. It fucked up everything. But of all the times it could have done it, it was likely to be then because I hadn't looked after the tyres. Because I don't know how. I mean, I do know how to look after tyres, but it's so tedious. I'm not here to think about tyres, I'm here to drive. I'm here to win. That's what engineers are for, right? And that's why I need to trust them. Without my engineers, without them doing their bit, I would not be 2.5 seconds ahead with enough of a lead over everyone else to turn up 7th if I pit stopped on the final lap of the Dutch Grand Prix.
Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
If I listen to the team more, think about the car setup a bit more, this race and other races like it, where I've done incredibly well, are why I'm going to end up in the Formula 1 season next year. In terms of the game, not like real life. That's why I'll be taking part in the F1 2023. Because that's what makes me a viable driver. I might not be the winning driver, but I am a driver that can win and can perform well. And honestly, well, you know, what more could anyone want? What more could anyone want in a driver on their team? A bit of humbleness. A bit of humility, that's it. Maybe that. Here we go. Round the last corner. Checkered flag any second. There we go. Give us a win. Woo fucking who.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well
And that win happened entirely because I managed to do so well between my pit stop and his pit stop. It's the only reason I want that. If I hadn't done that well, caught up as well as I did, not a chance in hell would I have. Yeah. Well, that's disappointing. I thought there'd be more of a gap. Where does that put us in the standings? I am one winning race away from matching him. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. We're joint. Okay. Okay, so you know it's all to play for still, I suppose technically, even if I'm relying on him crashing out, and it's definitely all to play for in the teams. We could win the constructors for sure, as long as me and Yuri do well. Yuri and I. Yeah, I'm confident with that. I'm fairly happy. 28 points. Yeah. So, thank you for joining me. That was a decent race. I'm quite happy with it. Hopefully you were too. And, yeah, catch you later. Goodbye.